Air India has just dropped a bombshell that could rewrite the rules of global aviation. For decades, Boeing was its closest ally. American jets carried India's passengers across continents, and Boeing executives assumed that relationship would last forever. But with a single massive order worth more than $14 billion, Air India turned its back on Boeing and embraced Airbus instead. This isn't just a business deal, it's a turning point. A move that could weaken Boeing's grip on the world and elevate Airbus to heights it has long dreamed of reaching. The stakes? Nothing less than control of the fastest-growing aviation market on Earth. For half a century, Air India and Boeing were practically married. The 747 Jumbo carried Indian travelers to London, New York, and beyond. The 777 became the dependable long-haul workhorse. And when Boeing launched the 787 Dreamliner, Air India was one of the early buyers, placing its trust in American innovation. For Boeing, it was the perfect relationship. Loyalty from a key national carrier in one of the most promising markets in the world. But over time, that trust eroded. The cracks started small, delivery delays, rising costs, promises that went unfulfilled, and then came disaster. The 737 MAX crisis, with 2 tragic crashes, destroyed Boeing's image around the globe. The Dreamliner, once marketed as the sleek new face of air travel, suffered from endless production issues, groundings, and embarrassing quality control failures. Every delay reminded airlines that Boeing was struggling to keep its promises. And the regulators? They lost patience too. No longer did Boeing receive the automatic benefit of the doubt it once enjoyed. At the same time, Airbus was building a reputation for reliability. The A320neo family conquered short-haul markets with its unbeatable efficiency and lower emissions. The A350 became the darling of long-haul routes, praised for passenger comfort, cost savings, and technological innovation. Side by side, Airbus looked modern and dependable. Boeing looked tarnished and outdated. Enter Tata Group. The legendary Indian conglomerate took control of Air India with one mission: transformation. The Tata name carries weight in India, synonymous with innovation, vision, and ambition. Under their leadership, Air India was no longer content to be a struggling flag carrier. They wanted it to become a global powerhouse capable of standing shoulder to shoulder with Emirates, Qatar Airways, and Singapore Airlines. The question Tata's leadership asked was simple, but brutal. Why should we keep waiting for Boeing to fix itself when Airbus already offers everything we need today? In early 2025, the answer came loud and clear. Air India signed a historic deal with Airbus. Dozens of A320neo jets would handle domestic and regional routes. A brand new fleet of A350s would carry India's flag across oceans. The value, $14.3 billion, but the true cost, or opportunity, cannot be measured in dollars alone. This was Airbus seizing the crown jewel of South Asia, right in Boeing's blind spot. For Seattle executives, the shock was immediate and painful. Why did this sting so badly? Because Airbus didn't just sell airplanes, they sold an entire ecosystem. The contract included maintenance packages that dramatically lower long-term costs, pilot training programs to quickly build up Air India's workforce, and innovative financing arrangements that gave Tata's airline flexibility. Airbus didn't simply deliver jets, they delivered stability, predictability, and peace of mind. Boeing, reeling from crisis after crisis, simply couldn't match the package. To understand just how seismic this shift is, you need to look at the bigger picture. Asia is the future of aviation. By 2040, more than half of all global air traffic growth is expected to come from the region. India alone, with its booming economy and growing middle class, is projected to become the 3rd largest aviation market in the world, behind only the United States and China. For decades, Boeing leaned on the loyalty of American carriers like Delta, United, and American Airlines. But those strongholds in North America won't be enough. Asia is where the next great battles of aviation will be fought, and Boeing is losing ground fast. In China, Airbus narrow-bodies dominate. Singapore Airlines is increasingly turning to Airbus for long-haul expansion. Middle Eastern giants like Emirates and Qatar split their fleets. But Airbus has captured more prestige orders than Boeing in recent years. Now, with Air India firmly siding with Airbus, Boeing faces the nightmare scenario: irrelevance in the very markets that will define the future. And remember, airlines are always watching each other. If Air India thrives with its Airbus-powered fleet, others will take note. Japan Airlines, Korean Air, even Emirates could reconsider their balance of orders. Industry insiders already warn of a possible domino effect. If that happens, Boeing's losses won't be counted in billions, but in decades of market share. So what weapons does Boeing still have? The much-hyped 777X, designed to be the next-generation widebody, is still years away from entering service. A proposed mid-market jet, sometimes called the NMA, has been whispered about for years, but never materialized. Meanwhile, Airbus has working, proven models flying today. And this isn't just about engineering, it's about trust. Airlines want a manufacturer that delivers on time, communicates openly, and avoids catastrophic failures. Airbus has earned that reputation. Boeing has not. For Air India, The decision wasn't just about airplanes, it was about survival and ambition. Passengers demand comfort and reliability. Regulators demand safety. Shareholders demand efficiency. Airbus delivered on all three. Boeing, at least for now, could not. Behind closed doors, Boeing executives are deeply worried. Some fear this deal is the point of no return, the moment when Asia tilts decisively away from Boeing. If that happens, the consequences for the American aerospace industry could be devastating. But this story is not just about business, it's also about politics. For decades, US-India relations were strengthened through deals like Boeing's partnerships. Washington liked to see New Delhi buy American aircraft, reinforcing ties between the two democracies. The win for Airbus here is also a win for Europe, and it sends a message. India won't be tied down to one side anymore. In the great geopolitical game between the US, Europe, and even China, Air India's order signals independence. And what about the passengers? That's where the A350 really shines. Flyers praise its quieter cabins, better humidity, and more comfortable pressure settings. Airbus promotes the A350 as not just efficient, but luxurious. For Air India, that means happier customers, better reviews, and a stronger international reputation. This $14 billion deal is about far more than planes. It's about the image of a nation. India wants Air India to be a source of pride again, a flag carrier that can compete with the best. And Airbus offered the fastest path to that dream. So here's the reality. Air India didn't just change suppliers, they rewrote the rules of the game. Airbus walks away with a historic triumph. Boeing walks away with one of its biggest losses in decades. Unless Boeing unveils something truly revolutionary soon, this could be the moment aviation historians will point to as the beginning of its decline. Thanks for listening, and don't forget to subscribe because Boeing's next desperate move might just be its most shocking one yet.